Micro-compact handguns are more popular today than they have ever been. Due to modern technology, capacity, caliber, ergonomics, and a huge list of available upgrades and replacement parts, modern micro-compact firearms have taken the EDC market by storm. This is what we're talking about today. This right here is a Springfield Hellcat. The Springfield Hellcat is Springfield's micro-compact 9mm handgun. Just in the profile of my hands, you can see where the firearm fits. It's a really good size. Overall, first impressions of the Hellcat is it's beefy. It's a very beefy gun. It's wide. Some people might like that, some people might not. We're gonna go through all that in just a little bit, but before we do, I wanna thank Tactical Considerations for letting me borrow this for review. This is his gun.
It had girth to it.
I also wanna thank True Shot Gun Club. They really helped out with this video as well. They supplied a lot of the ammunition for testing. Let's talk about the gun. So here's a Springfield Hellcat. This one does have a Swamp Fox optic right on the top. So it's an optic I don't have much experience with, but I have heard a lot about. So this is my first experience using a Swamp Fox as well. So Springfield does come with a pretty cool little kit, little case, and we'll bring that to the table in just a little bit and talk about that too. Before we start, it is empty. So first thing I want to do is kind of talk about some of the features with you guys before we do some shooting and take it to the table. So this gun right here did come with 2 magazines, and Mike gave me a 3rd magazine just to test with, because if you know Tactical Considerations, he's all about the 3 magazine rule. He always has 3 mags for at least every gun that he has. Right here in front, you do have a day and night sight. Basically, you have your tritium dot surrounded by fiber optic. So you have a bright sight during the day and something that glows at night. This is your Swamp Fox red dot. You can see the dot right inside there. Right here is your takedown lever right over here. Your slide catch / release. Before you guys correct me on the slide catch release thing, it's literally stated both ways. It all depends on the function. If this thing pops up, that means it's catching the slide. When you push it down, you're releasing the slide. So that's why I call it a slide catch / release. Let's do some shooting, and then we're gonna take it to the table and we're gonna test the trigger out on this as well. So interestingly, the slide catch works.
Yeah.
But I naturally ride up on that slide release lever.
Well, that's my issue. I'm riding here, right? And my thumb is naturally riding there. So I'm not getting that last round bolt open.
Exactly.
But I will say, for a micro compact, getting the mag in was super easy.
Yes, it is.
On a mag change. Now, that being said, I pulled the mag out backwards. I messed up. I'm sorry, guys. I messed up. I pulled the mag out backwards and tried to put it in backwards. But it's just it was super easy to get the reload in. The slide with the optic it's easy to grab.
I love that. I love optics on slides for that reason. It's a good leverage point. True Shot Gun Club is the #1 place where I buy all my ammo from. They have a program called the A-Zone, so it's basically free shipping. You pay $100 a year and you get free shipping for that entire year. I have a discount code MBK20. If you use MBK20, you get 20 bucks or 20% off of that. So it's like 80 bucks a year and you get free shipping. So if you order ammo at least 3 or 4 times, it already will pay for itself. So here it is. This is the Springfield Hellcat. Now, problem is I don't know which 2 magazines actually came with this. But one thing that Mike did make clear is that this only came with 2. I believe it's these two magazines that it came with, and I believe this one he purchased separately. It does come with this nice little carry bag. I'm gonna move that to the side, right next to this awesome MrBigKid 2022 patch. Stick that right there. So a couple of things we're gonna do real quick is there's not a whole lot to really talk about on the tabletop other than basic breakdown for maintenance, and then of course, the trigger weight test. One thing that's nice about the Hellcat is they did think about your support hand thumb. So this is a place where your thumb can rest. There's actually a little cutout with some stippling inside there. I don't find my hand milking this grip too much. I think that's partially because it is such a meaty grip. There's quite a bit to hold on to right here. And what's nice about Springfield is the frames are a little thicker, it seems like. One thing that's nice is you actually do have a pick rail up front right here, so you can mount a standard light, well, at least a micro or subcompact light that'll fit with this short length right here. So it's not a proprietary mount. So this is a YouTube disclaimer. In the name of maintenance, I'm gonna show you guys how to clean this or how to disassemble it for cleaning. All you do is you pull the slide back like this, then you take this lever and move it up, and then you seat it forward. Now some people don't like this, but you have to pull the trigger to release the slide. So what's nice is you have an encapsulated double recoil spring right here, and then you have the barrel. And for your standard maintenance, that's just about enough to break this down to clean it. Really easy process to take down and clean. One thing that I really like about firearms with optics or red dot optics is it's a great place to hold it. The optics are secure, they have to be. So you could pretty much use that as some leverage. You do have some slide serrations up top right here, and then you do have some pretty decent serrations in the back right there as well. The grip, not too bad. You have stippling pretty much wrapping the entire grip, sandpaper type stippling. It feels pretty aggressive, not too bad. And then you have a little break right here so you can easily navigate to that magazine release. And then you have more stippling up top where they want your thumb to be. But this is the problem that I was having before. My thumb naturally sits right here. It just likes to sit higher. So my grip is a really high choked up grip, and that means I'm sitting right on top of the release right there. I have a digital trigger pull gauge right here. We are locked back, and let's see if I can get a good bite on this. 5 pounds, 7.6 ounces. 5 pounds, 9.8 ounces. 5 pounds, 11.6 ounces. So one thing I want to bring up is the slide, the last round hold open. So basically it works just fine, and that's the thing. The problem is me, and the problem is my grip. So when I'm firing it, everything is going well. But the problem is, the way my grip is, it's a very choked up grip. So my thumb right back here rests right on top of that slide release. So the problem is, when I'm firing it and you fire your last round, it doesn't lock back because my thumb is still sitting right on top of that. And when you're shooting, obviously, you have a pretty firm grip. So you don't, it's just one of those things I'd have to retrain myself. Now you can see Springfield is encouraging you to keep your thumb a little bit lower right here. That's why the stippling is right here. So really my grip should be right here off of the release. So not an issue with the gun, just more of an issue of retraining myself for a different firearm. That's the big thing. Different firearms work for different people for different reasons. If I have two criticisms for this gun, number one, it's going to be the very blocky grip. Now this one, I'm calling it a criticism because it's a preference, and some people really like that beefy, blocky grip. It's very Glock-like in its feel, ergonomically. It's okay. I'm very used to shooting my 365 and my Shield Plus Performance Center. They have a lot smoother, rounded grips. However, there is a nice finger groove right here that really helps the gun sit in my hand. So just because I might not be a huge fan of the blockiness of this gun doesn't mean it's a drawback. It's just something that I don't necessarily prefer. All in all, the gun performed just fine. I didn't have a single malfunction with the gun. Some things I like about it, I do like the size. I think it's a nice compact size, and I'm a huge fan of micro compacts. I think the Swamp Fox optics is actually pretty good as well. It seems to have a really nice open window, so I do like the optic on top. The fact that it has two sights that'll co-witness with a red dot is a huge bonus too. You're not losing your rear sight to put an optic on here. Takedown of this gun for maintenance, again, very easy. It's just a matter of locking it back, flipping the lever, and then releasing it. The Hellcat performs. It might not necessarily be my favorite micro compact out there, but I'll definitely say it works just fine. It held up, it fired just fine. The accuracy of the gun is better than my own capabilities, so I can't fault it at all for accuracy either. I think it comes down to just being trained in whatever you're deciding to carry. The Hellcat seems to perform, it seems to be holding up. There's a couple quirks about it that make it not my favorite gun out there. So what's cool about the Hellcat is there are a bunch of upgrades out there on the market as well. You can really do lots of these things, they're popular, spare parts are available as well. Again, huge shout out to Mike with Tactical Considerations, and a big shout out to True Shot Gun Club for supplying a lot of the ammunition for today's test on the Springfield Hellcat. Thank you all so much. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll see you.